Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back into the Bears Den, an NFL podcast with the Chicago Bears First Focus. I'm your host, Alex, and we are here today doing the Week 9 picks. Happy Halloween to everyone. Hope you are enjoying the holiday. It's my favorite holiday of the year. Hope you're eating some good candy, dressing up as something cool, spending time with some friends and family. That's the best way to celebrate. And with that, might be a couple Easter eggs in the video, who knows? But with that being said, we will get into it. Week 8, last week, our best week of picks yet on the season. We went 12-4, so I'm feeling really good right now. Haven't had a losing week since week 5, so this really helped out the record. Our record on the season is now 68-55, so we've got a nice little cushion, in case we have some bad weeks. But I'm not here to have some bad weeks. We're looking to really kind of keep this momentum going here and continue landing these picks. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the pick website. I'm using the Playoff Predictor website as I always do. You can use this to pick all the games, and it saves your records and your picks and everything like that. With that being said, we will start with the AFC picks as we always do. Texans, Jets. This is an easy one. Give me the Texans. I think the Jets are terrible. And I talked about it in yesterday's video. I was talking about Aaron Rodgers a little bit and the Jets. And look, Aaron Rodgers has placed blame on everyone but himself. Fires Robert Saleh. He didn't literally do it, but we know he played a part. And now the defense is also playing terrible. And Jets just look really rough all the way around. And it's on the other side, Houston has been looking really solid so far this year. So Houston's going to move to 7-2. I don't really see the Jets winning this one in any single world, to be honest. Next one, Patriots, Titans. Give me the Patriots here. Titans, one of the worst teams in the league. We know this. Patriots, you can make the argument they're one of the worst teams in the league too. But, with Drake May, they've looked pretty decent. He's been limited the last 2 days of practice, so I would assume he's going to play, but I'm not necessarily sure. I still think the Patriots either way are probably going to win this game. I just think that Tennessee can't do anything. Like, their front four is being wasted, which sucks because their front four is one of the best in the league. But, the offense is just terrible, and Will Levis is really bad, and they're just kind of handcuffed, to be honest. Up next, Miami and Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo here. This game's in Buffalo. I don't know what the weather's going to be this week, but if it's going to be cold, that really helps Buffalo and it really hurts Miami's chances. I thought that Miami looked pretty decent with Tua last week. Obviously, he had to shake the rust off, get back into it. But, I just think that Buffalo has been playing really solid football all year. And Khalil Shakir has been eating really well since Amari Cooper got there. So I just think that their offense is a little bit more dynamic now. And I just think that things are looking pretty good in Buffalo right now. So I think, with that win too, that'll pretty much, it's not going to statistically lock down the division for the Bills, but it's getting pretty close. They'll have a 4-game lead. So, we'll see. Up next, the Raiders and the Bengals. I feel like this game's already happened, but it was the Raiders and the Browns. I'm taking the Raiders here on an upset, if you can call it an upset. Both these teams are not great. I just think Cincy's one of those weird teams this year where it's like, on paper, they're good, and they should be good, but they just can't really figure it out. They're kind of like in their own way. And I just think the Raiders, every once in a while, they'll show up. It depends on the week. But every once in a while, they will show up. They'll fight you hard. They'll give you a really good game, and they will come out with the win sometimes. So I like Vegas here on the road. Denver, Baltimore. This one could really go either way. I'm gonna go Baltimore here just because I think they're gonna really lean in the run game again. They also just traded for Deontay Johnson, so he should have somewhat of an impact, assuming he plays this week, which he'll probably see some snaps. I think that Denver's better than I thought they would be this year. Bo Nix has been playing some pretty solid football, and their defense is really, really good. But I just think this is going to be one of those Derrick Henry games. They're at home, and they're just going to run the ball a lot. Chargers at the Browns. I like the Browns here. Jameis Winston really makes this team better. We saw this last year, and I've said this in a video in the past, but last season, With Joe Flacco, the Browns were top 5 or top 10, I can't remember exactly, in passing offense. With Deshaun Watson and all the rest of the same players on offense, they were bottom 5. So the quarterback was clearly the problem. I think Jameis Winston really obviously showed what he can do. Took on Baltimore last week. We know that Jameis is a pretty solid quarterback, pretty good, right? So I think that Cleveland's going to win a few more games here. I think that unfortunately they rode the Deshaun Watson train a little bit too long, so they don't really. It's going to be really hard for them to climb out of the hole that they've put themselves in. But I think Jameis Winston makes them a pretty solid team, and we know how good their defense can be. So I like Cleveland here at home. Up next, we got the AFC versus the NFC matchups. Jags, Philadelphia. Philly here. Saquon Barkley is carrying the Eagles this year. I thought they were going to be bad, but I was wrong. And Jalen Hurts, I think now 3 straight games without a turnover after like 10 or 11 straight games with a turnover. So he's really cleaned it up. Really learned that you can win games if you protect the football. And, Jacksonville feeling the pressure. Doug Peterson's been on the hot seat all year. So, I don't think they can get it done. Indy and Minnesota. I'm taking Indy here. Indy is starting Joe Flacco, okay? And I also think that while I don't necessarily agree with them starting Joe Flacco, because I'm tired of seeing a lot of these young quarterbacks get pulled after 10, 11 games, whatever. But, I would like to see Anthony Richardson actually get time to develop. But I think that Joe Flacco gives them a good chance to win, and I also think Minnesota's kind of crumbling right now. 2 straight losses after starting 5-0. I think they've fallen back to earth, and I think they're going to lose again. So they're going to slide to 5-3 after a 5-0 start. And then Tampa Bay, Kansas City. I like Kansas City here. Tampa Bay, I would probably like Tampa Bay in this game if they had all their weapons, but obviously they don't, and that really sucks for them. But Kansas City, they find ways to win. They get it done, and I think they're going to move to 8-0. I think that once Patrick Mahomes unleashes back to his standard form that we all expect him to be at, which is probably coming very soon, this team is going to be very, very scary. So, and now they have another week as well, getting DeAndre Hopkins into the offense and things like that. So I think he'll have a little bit more of an impact as well this week. Finally, the NFC games, Washington and the Giants. I'm taking the Giants here, believe it or not. When the teams first played each other early in the season, it was a field goal battle. It was a close game. I think that the Bears defense will have maybe exposed a little bit of things with this Commanders offense. And so I think the Giants might be able to pull a little something there. And I think that, the divisional games, the records can be thrown out in the divisional games. You never know. Those games are always pretty close. And so I like the Giants here at home. I just think something's telling me that the Giants are going to win this game. So up next, Atlanta, Dallas. This one's easy. I'm picking Atlanta. I think Dallas is bad this year. I think they're bad. I think that Mike McCarthy's time is limited. I think Jerry Jones has done a terrible job, assembling this roster. I think they shouldn't have paid Dak Prescott money. I mean, I've been a Dak hater, I suppose, for a long time. I just think that guy does not have the it factor. And I just think that their team is a little bit lost. They're a little bit lost right now, and a lot of distractions with Jerry Jones, and probably that's causing a little bit of issues in the locker room. So I like Atlanta here. Atlanta's been playing well. They've been playing solid football, and yeah, I like Atlanta. Carolina and the Saints. I like Carolina here. Bryce Young starting again. I think that he's going to have a pretty solid game. Saints started 2-0. I think they're going to be losing their 7th straight, and that's. I don't have a ton to say about that game. I just it's a bottom of the barrel NFC South matchup. I just think that Carolina's going to get it done. Bears at the Cardinals on the road. This is the toughest pick of the week for me because I want to pick the Bears. But I don't know what Bears team is going to show up. There's a lot of injuries on the injury report for the Bears, a lot of offensive line injuries. And I don't know if we're going to get the post-bye week Bears or we're going to get the pre-bye week Bears. And Arizona this year also has been one of those teams as well where it's kind of, you don't really know what you're going to get each week, right? Are you going to get Kyler Murray playing a near perfect game, or are you going to get the Cardinal game where he can't really get anything done? They're throwing it to Marvin Harrison. There's really just no offensive production, and they're just kind of rolling over. With that being said, I'm gonna pick the Bears. Like, this one's a coin flip to me. It's just it really depends what team you're going to get. I think if we were to get both of the best teams, right? The best of both teams, excuse me. If we get the best version of the Bears that we've seen this year, the best version of the Cardinals, I think the Bears can win that game. But who knows, right? This could be a best version of the Cardinals, worst version of the Bears, and vice versa. So who knows, right? But I'm going to go with the Bears. I have faith in Caleb Williams. I think that, there's pressure. They need this win because the division is kind of pulling away, and can't be messing around too much, right? So got to wake up and got to get the win. Rams Seahawks NFC West divisional battle. I'm gonna take the Rams here. I think the Rams looked really great last week against Minnesota. Now that they were full health, and I just think that the Rams are a good team. They're obviously one of the more well-coached teams in the league, but they were just dealing with some injuries. So I think that they will be able to get it done. And Seattle has been struggling a little bit off their, after their really hot start to the season. So I think that the team in the Rams is better. I think the coaching staff is better. The quarterback is better. And I think they'll be able to get it done on the road. And then finally, Detroit and Green Bay. This is a tough one. Except it's not, because Detroit on the road against a Green Bay team that might not have Jordan Love. And even if they do have Jordan Love, he's due to throw a pick or two, maybe three. And I just think Detroit is looking like the best team in the league right now. So I don't really expect this one to be too close. And I think this is the week where Detroit really kind of separates themselves as the favorite in the NFC, and especially the NFC North. So those are my picks. I appreciate you guys listening and watching as always. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications. I see that there's a lot of viewers watching, but you guys aren't subscribed. So please just do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It takes just a second. Lets me know that you guys are really enjoying these videos as much as I enjoy making them. So appreciate you guys as always. We will see you in tomorrow's video for my Bears Cardinals preview. And that's that. Happy Halloween. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bear down. Peace.